Hello, and welcome back to my Wanna Learn Danish channel. If you're new to the channel, why don't you quickly just press subscribe and you'll always be notified whenever I have a new video ready for you. Today I have 10 interesting Danish sayings.
Awesome!
And maybe you've heard of them, maybe it's your first time, but you won't want to miss them, so stick around to the end. Let's go! Number 10 on my list is at gå agurk. At gå agurk. At gå agurk literally means to go cucumber. Have you heard about this saying before? Well, the English version of the saying is to go bananas. You'll hear Danish people say this phrase whenever they're feeling really upset or angry and need to let off some steam. For example, jeg blev så vred, at jeg var lige ved at gå agurk. Jeg blev så vred, at jeg var lige ved at gå agurk. At gå agurk is a reaction where you let your suppressed emotions run wild. The expression has since also evolved into meaning when something is running wild or spinning out of control. For example, hele situationen er ved at gå agurk. Hele situationen er ved at gå agurk. Number 9 on my countdown is Bordet Fanger. Bordet Fanger. The table catches. Bordet Fanger refers to a statement or an action that is irrevocable and binding. For example, when you give your promise or your word to someone. Like for example, if you and your friend decided that you would eat burgers today, and then all of a sudden your friend says, I don't feel like eating burgers, I want to eat cake. You could say, bordet fanger. Bordet fanger. Meaning, no, we had an agreement, we're going to eat burgers. Another situation where you will hear this a lot is when you play board games. For example, if you and your friends are playing backgammon, let's say. If your friend has already taken a pawn and made a move, he can't go and just change it again. If he then says, oh no, that was a mistake, let me do this pawn instead. You can say, nej, bordet fanger. Nej, bordet fanger. Meaning, no, you have to stick to the move that you made initially. You can't just change it. Does this make sense? I actually don't know how the term originated, but if you think about the whole scenario with moving a pawn on a table, it makes a lot of sense. When first you've made a move, the table catches and you're not allowed to make a new move until it's your turn again. Number 8 on my countdown has a horse in it. The phrase is Klap lige hesten. Klap lige hesten. To pet the horse. Klap lige hesten means to take it easy or relax a little bit. Klap lige hesten is also used when there is a situation where you feel like, let's wait for a while, let's wait it out, take a break and we'll get back to it. For example, if you have a decision you want to make but you're not quite sure, you can say Klap lige hesten. Vi skal nok finde ud af det. You could also use it in a situation where, for example, when you're walking with your friend and your friend is walking a bit too fast for your liking, you can say, hey, klap lige hesten, vi skal ikke skynde os. Klap lige hesten, vi skal ikke skynde os. So basically it's a sentence you can use when someone is stressing you or you feel like someone else is a bit too stressed. So there is no literal horse that you need to pet. Rather, it's an expression for taking a break. It's believed that the expression comes from the cowboy movies, referring to when John Wayne had to step off his horse and pet it just to take a short break. Number 7 on my countdown. Går den, så går den. This literally means, if it goes, it goes. It is an expression that is used if someone is trying to do something suspicious, not nice, something daring, something that they know is not right, but they could get away with it. An example is, I told my daughter yesterday that she was not allowed to eat chocolate. I turned my head for 1 second and she ate it anyway. So she actually did something that she wasn't allowed to do. But hey, if it works, it works. Går den, så går den. What do you think? Number 6 on my countdown is der skal andre boller på suppen. Der skal andre boller på suppen. This literally means that you need other meatloaves on your soup. It refers to when something different needs to happen in, for example, the same context. Here is an example. Vi plejer altid at købe slik om fredagen. Men fordi at vi gerne vil spise sundere, skal der andre boller på suppen. Or, for example, if all of a sudden something has changed at work, you might say to your colleague, vi plejer altså at gøre det denne her måde. Ja, men der er andre boller på suppen nu. Ja, men der er altså andre boller på suppen nu. And actually, sometimes change can be good. Number 5. Halfway, guys. Saying number 5 is, kan vi ikke lige prutte om prisen? Kan vi ikke lige prutte om prisen? In essence, the meaning of the saying is to haggle or to negotiate about a price. In literal translation, this means, can we fart about the price? But don't worry, it's not because you need to fart in front of the person you're negotiating with. That, I think, would not work for both parties, right? But why do we actually say this? According to Dansk Sprognævn, at prutte actually means to negotiate. At prutte is related to a Norwegian dialect where they use at prutta, I don't know if I said that correctly, which means at kives. And if we boil it down, it means actually to quarrel a little bit about something. It is also believed to be related to a Low German word, pruten, which means to have a chat about something. So if you're striking a deal with somebody and you want a better price or a more fair price, you can say to the person, kan vi ikke lige prutte om prisen? Kan vi ikke lige prutte om prisen? Number 4 on the countdown. Jeg har en høne, jeg skal plukke med dig. Jeg har en høne, jeg skal plukke med dig. This is something you say when someone has upset you or annoyed you. Then you can go to the person and say, undskyld mig, men jeg har altså lige en høne, jeg skal plukke med dig. Hvornår har du tid til at tale sammen? At plukke en høne refers to the action of plucking a hen. You know, when you had to prepare the hen and remove all the feathers on it so it would be ready for dinner? That's what it means, but there's actually no real hen involved. It just basically means that you need to talk to somebody who has offended you, hurt you, wronged you, or annoyed you. Number 3. This one is very informal. It is røv og nøgler. I know it's a bit difficult to pronounce røv og nøgler. It literally means ass and keys. The equivalent to this might be shit or fuck. I don't want to say it here. So basically, you can use this sentence when something happened that didn't go your way or was really messed up. For example, jeg fik ikke det job, jeg søgte. Røv og nøgler. Meaning, that was just freaking annoying that you didn't get the job. Another example could be that you locked yourself out of your house and you don't have the keys. There's nothing more annoying than this. Røv og nøgler, mand. So, next time you hear this phrase, you know exactly how to respond. Hey, det er okay. Klap lige hesten. Vi skal nok finde ud af det. Number 2 on my list is, jeg tager mig lige en morfar. Or, jeg snupper mig lige en morfar. The literal translation of this is, I am taking a granddad. I am taking a granddad. Isn't that cute? Can you guess what it means? It means that you're taking a nap. Yes, you're taking a nap. The saying is informal, and I think that it relates to the fact that old people basically needs to rest a little bit more. So when you hear someone say, "Jeg tager mig lige en morfar," you know exactly what they're up to. They need to rest and they'll take a nap. Last one on my list, and this is one of my favorite ones, is "Du skal ikke komme her og spille kong gulerod." Du skal ikke komme her og spille kong gulerod. Du skal ikke komme her og spille kong gulerod. Gulerod. Yes, it means carrot. The literal translation is, "Don't come here and act like King Carrot." You don't want to be the person who acts like Kong Gulerod. Kong Gulerod is perceived as being conceited and acting as if he or she is superior to others. Kong Gulerod is boastful. It's a person who just walks in and makes him or herself more interesting than others. You know, making yourself look better. That kind of thing. And you know how that feels when somebody comes along acting up and being all boastful and proud and making themselves more interesting than what they are. It's not a pretty sight. So I hope that you never get to hear this sentence about yourself. Which I'm sure you won't, because you're a sensible person. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode with Danish sayings. If you would like to see more, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment or a feedback for me. I'm always open for feedback and suggestions. But for now, see you next time and have a good one.
Arrivederci.